Welcome back to Celebrity YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful play suits that we see here. It has drapes on the half length area. You can see the pleats that we have here. It has a bold band like this, and it is very beautiful, as you can see. So it has a sleeve, and the sleeve can be to any length that you want. I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this in this class. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start by drafting the upper bodies. Okay, I have my front and back folded together. I'm folding separately because the band in the front is going to be different from the way I'm going to cut the band at the back. If your band is the same, you can just cut directly on your fabric, or you cut them together. So the first measurement I'm going to be taking is my shoulder measurement, my cross back measurement plus my sleeve length. That's how long you want your sleeve to be. For me, that's going to be 17 inches. So I'm going to mark 17 inches there. Let me fold it like this so that you can see what I'm doing well. So here from the center fold here, I'm going to mark 17 inches, which is the length that I'm going for. Then after that, I'm going to mark my neck width and neck depth. Neck depth for the back is going to be 1.5, and for the front is going to be 7 inches. The front is going to be a V neckline. So I'm going to go ahead now and connect for the back first. The back is going to have a zipper allowance, so we'll add that when we're transferring to our fabric. And then I'm going to connect V neck for my front as well. So for the shoulder slope, I'm going to come to where my sleeve stops, and then I'll come down by 1 or 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to connect that to my neck point. Okay, so here the next measurement I'm going to be taking is my sleeve opening. So wherever your sleeve stops, you are going to mark that place loosely and divide your measurement by 2. Okay, so whatever measurements you have there, you're going to divide it by 2, and then you're going to connect. So here I'm connecting that measurement, and I'm going to sort of make it into a straight line because that's where I'm going to be taking my bust measurement. So the bust I'm working with is 38, divided by 4 is 9. So here I'm going to come here and mark the bust, the quarter of my bust measurement plus 1 inch seam allowance. You can also add half an inch for ease. Okay, so I'm going to be taking that measurement there, and it stops there. So I'm going to extend my sleeve length up to that point. So here again, from here I'm going to mark my half length measurement. So the half length I'm working with is 17 inches. So here from the upper part, I'm going to mark 17 inches, and then I'm going to add half an inch allowance to it. So there I'm going to make a straight line as well, so that I can mark my waist measurement. If you notice, this has a band, so we want the waist to be fitted. That's why I'm working with the waist measurement. The waist I'm working with is 24 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 6. So here I'm going to mark the 6 inches for my waist. Then I'm going to add 1 inch for allowance. You can also add half an inch for ease if you want. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect like this. So we don't want this part to be sharp, so what you're going to do is to bring in a curve, and then you just blend them together like this so that you can have a nice curve. So this is the pattern that we have. We're going to be modifying this pattern now to form what we want. So the first thing I'm going to take out of this is going to be my band. So this is my front. To create my back, I'm going to start marking from the center front here. I'm going to mark my under bust. So the under bust I'm working with is 13 inches. So from the upper part here, I'm going to mark the 13 inches. I'm just arranging this on the grid line so that it can guide me on where to mark my 13 inches. So my 13 inches is around here. So I'm going to come to the side here, and then I'm going to mark maybe 1 or 2 inches depending on how slanted you want it to be. So let me do 1.25 here, and then I'm going to place my curved ruler, and then I'm going to connect like this. Okay, you can see how I'm placing it. So I'm going to place it like this and then connect, and then this is going to be my band for the front. So we're going to cut this out now and then we'll keep. So this is our band for the front, and then here you indicate that this is going to be cut on fold. So I'm going to cut the band for the back as well. So for the back, the band is not as broad as the front, so I'm going to use the width that I used on the side for the front. So that width, I'm going to place it here, or you can just measure it and then mark out. So what I have here on the side is around 2 inches, so I'll come here and mark 2 inches and then do the same 2 inches for the center, and then I'm going to make that into a straight line. So this is going to be my band for the back, so you write band for the back as well, and then we'll go to top, cut it off. So the next thing we are going to do now is to slash and spread these patterns so that we can introduce volume to create the pleats that we have in front. So this is the pleat that we have on the waist. So this is the front, this is the back. So depending on how many pleats you want to create, you can slash into 2 or 3. So for the front, I'm creating 3 slash lines. So I'll just mark from the waist all the way to the shoulder area. I'm going to mark 3 lines, as you can see, and do 2 as well. I'm just marking it, and then for the back, I'm going to do the same 3 lines for the back as well. I'm going to connect it like this. So after creating your slash lines, the next thing is to grab your scissors and then you cut out this line so that we can spread it. So here I'm going to cut through the lines, but you're not going to cut it completely. When you get to the tip of the upper part here, just enough for you to be able to spread it a little bit. So you do the same thing for the front and back. I'm sure we are familiar with this now, and then you go ahead and spread on your fabric, or you spread on another pattern, but you can also spread this directly on your fabric. So for the back, when you are spreading the back, please remember to add zipper allowance. There's no zipper allowance on this yet, so that you can include your zipper. So this is it. You can spread as much as you want to introduce the pleat that we want to add at the back. So I've gone ahead to spread, and I spread directly on my fabric, as you can see. So you just place notches where you need to close. So we're going to be folding them like this. You're going to pleat them to get back to your original measurement. So this is the band for the back, and you can see I added my zipper allowance to it, and then I added allowance for joining as well. So that is it for the back. For the front, I also spread directly on my fabric. Okay, so I'm going to notch where to pleat, and for the center front, you can see that I added seam allowance. I'm going to have a seam at the center front. If you don't want to have a seam on yours, then it means you have to make sure that you place this part on fold. So I'm going to pleat like this, and then for the band for the center front, I don't want a seam there, so I made sure to place it on fold for the band, and then I added allowance to join. So now I'm going to remove my pattern. I already notched where I'm going to pleat. Then you're going to run a stitch at the center front to hold it. So once you hold your center front, you are going to pleat towards the side that you want your pleats to be. So I'll do this for both front and back. So here now I'm going to pleat it from notch to notch like this. I have 3 pleats, so I'm going to go ahead and create those 3 pleats like this. So I'll do the same thing for the back as well. So I've gone ahead to sew the pleats. You can see this is the pleat for the back, so you just sew it like that, and this is for the front. So for the front, I pleated it just like I explained. You can see my pleats here, and then I joined the center front. So I also went ahead to fold in the neckline so that the neckline can be neat. You can see that my neckline is neatly turned. I did this for both front and back, and then I've joined the shoulder together as well for the front and back. So the next thing to do now is to bring in your band. Okay, the band that we created, I'm going to bring in my band, and I'm going to sew it like this. We are going to sew the band. You do that for both front and back. Remember, we have a band for the back as well. So I'm going to sew the band to the back. For the back, we're going to have two bands. So here I'm just going to notch the zipper allowance so that it can guide me. So once you notch it there, you're going to detach the pattern, and then you go ahead and join the bands to the body like this. Then after that, I'm going to hem the sleeve and then place the right and the front and back on each other and join it by the side. So we'll move straight to the pants. Okay, so for the pants, you can also cut this directly on your fabric, but I'm using a velvet fabric, so it's not going to be so easy for me to cut directly on fabric. This is my waistline, this is my hip line, this is my crotch, and this is going to be the length of the trouser. So here on the hip line, I'm going to mark my hip divided by 4. The hip is 46, divided by 4 is going to give me, so on the hip I have 11.5, so I'm going to go ahead and mark the 11.5. I'll do the same thing on the waistline, and then I'm going to connect it straight down to the crotch. On the crotch, I'm going to mark my thigh measurement divided by 2. Whatever you have on your thigh, you're going to divide that by 2. My thigh is 31, divided by 2 is 4, is 15.5. So here I'm extending that part to the 15.5, and that is going to be my crotch. So here I'm going to come out here by 1 inch, and then I'm going to take a curved ruler and then connect them together. So I'm going to blend from here all the way to the upper part, and then here I'm going to go ahead and replace my curve. So this part is very important if you want your pants to come out well. So make sure that your curves are really matching. So you can see what I have there. So I have created my crotch line. So the next thing now is to mark from this place to my waist for my waist measurement. So here my waist measurement, like I said, is a very tiny waist, is 24, divided by 2 is going to give me 6 inches. So I'll mark 1 inch for that, and then I'm going to mark extra 1 inch for my seam allowance. Forgot to mention that I already added seam allowance to my hip line. Okay, so here I've added all of this. My waist plus that plus seam allowance is 8 inches. So I'm going to connect from there all the way to my hip for my hip curve. So you can see the hip curve that I have there. So here you're going to mark your dart, and then you're going to work on your dart later. So the next thing to do now is to connect all the way to your hem. So the dart is done. It's a palazzo pant. So what I'm going to do is just to take my measurements all the way to the hem, straight down like this, and then like this. So I'm just going to maintain what I have here. So this is my pant curve. So here for fitting in the front, I'm going to step this down by 0.75, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it back to this side. So I'll cut this out now and then use it to cut out the back. So for the back, I just placed my front on it. You can see I held it with my tape. So here I'm going to connect. I'm going to extend the crotch measurement here. So I'm going to extend that by 2 or 3 inches depending on how big the person is. And then on the crotch here, I'm going to come up by 1.5 inches on my crotch area, which is here. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect all of this together. So here I'm going to come up by extra 2 inches for the bum rise on this upper part. So I'm going to take my curved ruler now and then reconnect all of this. Please, if you have a better curve, kindly make use of it. This is what I have right now, so I'm just trying to make this work. So here now you're going to connect from there again all the way to this upper part. So once you connect this, you're going to square that part to your side again. So the excess is for your bum rise. So there's going to be a zipper at the back. So I want to create a zipper allowance here at the back. So I'm going to mark 1 inch all around to where my zipper is going to stop. So once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and connect these measurements together, and then I'm going to break it wherever my zipper is going to stop. So here I'm going to connect it straight like that. So here on the hem here, you're just going to find a way to reconnect them back to each other like this. So if this is too big for you, if this hem is too big for you, you can also go ahead and then reduce it. So here I can just come in by 1 inch and then reduce it if that is what I want. So it's totally up to you. So the side is going to remain the same, so I'm just going to go ahead now and then cut out what I have here. So I'm going to have to cut it on my fabric, and then I notched my dart. So this is the front and this is the back. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and join the crotch together, and then I'm going to hold my dart. So for the back as well, I'm going to join from where my zipper allowance stop all the way to the end of the crotch, and then I'll hold my dart as well. So I've gone ahead to join it on the crotch, you can see. So you just weave all of this, and then I held my dart as well. So the ratio of the waist to that to the hip is very large. You can see how tiny the waist is and how big the hip is. So you have to be careful when you're drafting a pant like this. So this is the front and this is the back. So for the back, like I explained, you're going to start sewing your crotch from where your zipper allowance stops, and then you leave the zipper area open. So this is the back. So what you just need to do now is to go ahead and match the crotch together. Okay, so it's going to be a bit long, so you make sure that you just match them like this, so that you just find a way to make sure they align. So you make sure that the crotch matches each other, and then you make sure that the hem also match each other. Then you're going to just drag them together so that you can sew like this. So you do the same thing for the other side as well. Then you sew the crotch. So after joining the crotch, you're going to join the side together on the two sides. Then you're going to bring the half length. Remember, we have already joined the side of the half length, we've joined the band, we've joined everything together. So this is the half length. Okay, this is the half length. So you're going to join your half length to your pants like this, and then your playsuit will be ready. So I'll go ahead and join them together. So I've gone ahead to join it. You can see the band, you can see the pleats that we have here as well, and this is the short. So you're going to hem it on the lower part to cut off the threads, and then you fix a zipper at the back. I'm going to take it to the mannequin now so that we can see what this looks like. So this is what we have on the mannequin. You can see the pleats that we created here, and you can see the bold band that we have in front is different from what we have at the back. And if you see, if you look at the crotch area, you will make sure that you see that it is not packing anywhere. So make sure that you, when you have a tiny waist to a big hip like this, make sure that you are very particular about your crotch, because you don't want it to be packing. So you can use that to control it, and then make sure that your crotch cuff is done accurately. So this is what it looks like on the side. So here at the back, you just need to fix a zipper at the back. So I held my zipper allowance with pins, and you can see the pleats that we have at the back as well. So if you want your back to be more seamless, if you don't want it to have extra like this, all you just need to do is to go ahead and work with your actual pattern for the back. You don't need to add extra allowance to it to form pleats. That's if you don't want the back to be big like this. But if you want it to have drapes at the back as well, just go ahead and add your slash and spread, and then you have all of these pleats that we have at the back. So this is what the back of the pants looks like. This is the zipper allowance as well, so I just pinned it down. So this is the sleeve. Okay, the sleeve is to wherever it is you want it to be. It can be a long sleeve, it can be a short sleeve, and this is what the full view of the playsuit looks like. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.